And the opening scene when Patrick Swayze he gets out of the shower with a towel, so it's his like very buff body, and then he sits in front of this mirror and he's like, "She's ready," and he just starts getting like ready with makeup, and I'm like, "Pardon me,
Yeah.
what is happening?" Hey, I'm Kit,
And I'm Cade,
and we're real people.
doing real reviews.
And we are in episode 2 of season 3, Stories That Stick. These are the movies that have shaped our perspective on cinema. And we are continuing our conversation around found family. This episode is Cade's pick.
Whoop whoop.
Do you want to tell everybody
Yes.
what that is name?
And I'm quite excited about this. It is a long name, so bear with me.
Get out a pen and paper, everyone.
To Wong Foo,
Mhm.
Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar from 1995.
This movie I have never seen before, and, which this was part of our goal was to show each other movies that shape our
Mm.
perspective, and we just didn't realize there was so ma it's wild to me that there was movies that we didn't see, and I think I was a bit skeptical of this movie because of the name. I was like, "What are you gonna show me?"
Yes.
And then 4 minutes in, I was like, "Hold on." So tell us why this was your pick.
Okay, so for Found Family,
Mhm.
um, I think out of the initial storyline of the three drag queens, obviously finding each other and the family with them. I think it's a great representation of um, different people coming up in their lives that are a bit unexpected and kind of almost out of left field, um, becoming a part of their life and making an impact on them. So for me, found family in that kind of time. Um, I remember watching this movie and being like, wow, there's so much going on in it, but also you leave the movie with such a great message of that kind of chosen family.
And there is a lot of, like, humanity in
Yeah.
it, for sure. Can you tell everybody who the 3 male leads are in this
Yes.
movie?
So it is Patrick Swayze,
Mhm,
Wesley Snipes,
mhm.
and
John Leguizamo? God,
Leguizamo.
yeah, I think that's how you say it.
Leguizamo.
Yeah,
Yes, they're shaking their head at yes at us.
okay.
Fun.
Patrick Swayze,
Yes. Uh,
Wesley Snipes in the '90s.
yeah, very cool. So the opening scenes, obviously, they are getting ready for this like drag ball, which is like
Pageant?
it was it
It was a
was
pageant.
it was a pageant. Yes. It is very iconic because they're getting ready, they're putting on their makeup. It's like they're having a kiki at home,
Mhm.
some great music on, and yeah, wild that these like male actors are in drag, which is almost absurd at the same point,
Mhm.
which, fun fact,
Hmm.
Patrick Swayze, to prepare for this role, actually wore drag for quite some time, so he felt better prepared for it.
Yeah, which makes sense because I feel like around the same time would be Dirty Dancing. He's very in his like masculine build. And
Yes.
so, but
Well, he's like a I mean, they all are.
the, these are action stars. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, most probably they're in action. They are, yeah, incredibly muscular and and Patrick's so believable in this role. So it's like he definitely is in the like costume wearing it like he has for years. It's
Yes.
very, very, yeah, noticeable in
Yes,
sense.
so his, drag name's Vida Boheme, and Noxeema Jackson
Mhm,
and Chichi Rodriguez
mhm.
are all competing in this pageant.
Yeah.
And it basically in the opening scenes, obviously they're getting ready. They have the pageant. Chi-Chi is like this little
Up-and-comer, maybe?
sad puppy kind of thing. Like she falls on stage and kinda runs off, just very kinda sad through all of it, but, Vida and Noxeema are, like, these fabulous kind of almost well-known stars
Yeah, I'm
kinda
seasoned. Yeah.
coming in. They wave at the crowd beforehand, so it's kinda no surprise that they actually win the pageant,
Yeah.
and the whole purpose of this in New York is so they can go to Miss Miss America, Miss Universe, something in Hollywood,
Mhm.
which is even bigger and grander. So they have like round trip tickets uh, to all expenses paid to go. However, at the end, they run into Chi Chi. Chi Chi's crying, and Vita's like, "This is a moment. We can we can help her. We can elevate her." And so they trade in their tickets.
No, they get the manager guy to trade on the tickets, who was played by Robin Williams.
Oh,
Like, this movie is
fair.
amazing. I
Yeah.
first saw this movie, I couldn't believe it.
So go.
Well, it was just because he trades in the tickets, he
Yes.
gives them they rent a boat kind of sized car that has no
Well,
roof.
yeah, well, so before that, obviously, they've decided that Chi Chi can go, and they're sitting in this booth where Robin Williams comes, and
Yeah, they just
and
don't.
Vida Boheme pulls out her compact.
Mhm.
Is that what we call, like, the mirror
Yeah.
thing? Look at me. I'm learning things.
Oh, yeah.
Um, pulls it out, and behind her, she sees, uh, Julie Newmar,
Mhm.
this picture made out to Wong Foo.
Mhm.
Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar, where the name comes from, and she's like, "It's a sign. We are on the right path."
So they're in this vehicle, they're dressed in drag the entire road
Mhm.
trip, which is so fabulous because 'cause they're incredibly over the top and they're stopping at, like, gas stations and convenience stores and diners, and they're just I'm talking, like, hats and just very fabulous, and they're quite tall, quite large people, and
Well,
so
yeah, because it's a convertible kinda car,
mm,
it's kind of that
they're having a
fun
moment,
having a moment, other cars are honking at them, Chi-Chi's in the back seat, like,
flirting,
yeah,
flirting.
flirting with them. Yeah, it's quite lovely, and then
Yeah.
the car breaks down
Oh,
on the
she
side
just
of the
like,
road.
"I got it fixed." She, like, sticks her leg out or something,
Yeah.
like, like an old movie, and then a really nice boy in a pickup comes and takes them into his little old town, and that's where there's this beautiful, I guess, like, full storyline is that these very fabulous women are in this very teeny, teeny town that has been obviously very predominantly kind of male run,
Mm.
and, it's interesting. I love this part of the movie because I think that all of the tropes that you would think on a small town in wherever it is, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, America, you would think about maybe they'll be small minded. Maybe they'll be, Wesley is in it. Maybe they're going to face some racism. Maybe they're going to, no, that's
Well
not the things.
well, I mean, before that, so, like, the kind of the catalyst is they get pulled over by a police officer
Oh, yeah. It
who
was gross.
who is gross and pulls Vida out of her car,
It's like, hey, little lady.
and basically wants to fill her up,
Hmm.
and
She knocks him out.
she knocks him out, and he kinda passes out, and they think he's dead, uh, so so they run away.
One of their size 11 heels gets left behind.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna find this Cinderella." Uh,
It is funny.
it is so good. Oh my gosh, this movie. Yes, and then they end up in this little town.
And they end up in the town because the car's
Mhm.
broken.
Okay.
There's a part missing or they have to order a part, so they're stuck there over the weekend,
Mhm.
and so they rent the presidential suite of the local motel.
Which is bad. It's bad, and then they're like, "We're gonna use all this fabric in our 700 bags to make it fabulous," so they, like, decorate this really crappy little hotel room, which is actually very funny.
It is
Mhm.
funny, yeah,
Mhm.
it is a funny kinda scene through all of it, as well as, it's, like, the first point that you see everyone in the town trying to see who these ladies are,
Mm.
looking in the windows,
Yeah.
um, yeah, which is quite cool because it is kind of like a divided kinda group between, male versus female, in kind of the
That's
city.
the division,
Yeah.
which is so interesting. Um, again, like, yeah, it's not following any tropes. And so we're watching so the girls are like, "Well, we're gonna be here, so we might as well go make some friends." Like, and they're just going and making friends. And there's this one woman, just in her 80s, maybe.
Yeah.
And Wesley Snipes' character's like, "Hello, we're gonna be buddies." And the woman doesn't talk except that all of a sudden this character starts bonding with her over like film and cinema. And this woman had
Hmm.
ran a theater. And so they've started talking with each other. It's just beautiful.
How funny that
Mhm.
this movie too has someone in film in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, in our found family choices. And these are like movies from way back in the. Do you think that we were always meant to be? Were we meant to be in film and cinema?
I just realized that. How funny. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So Noxeema kind of
mhm.
scares this lady kind of in the beginning
Yep.
because she dropped that photograph and like she's like twiddling after her, which is quite a funny scene.
The outfits.
Um, but
Mhm.
the rest of the community kind of writes off this old lady because she's like doesn't talk, she's deaf.
Mhm.
Everyone says she's not there, but
She's
um,
fully there. Yeah.
which is quite nice because Noxeema kind of just meets her where she's at and starts talking to her, and then like this old lady kind of comes out of her shell and starts sharing things with her, which is great, which is a great kind of scene in between the two of them,
It
which
it stood
for
out to me.
for me, I'm like, that's kind of like chosen family, like between them, you know,
I
kind of unexpectedly.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It so stood out to me. And then Chi-Chi starts kind of like half dating this like nice man that like had picked them up.
Nice
And
man, nice boy.
boy,
I'd say he's a boy.
well, yeah,
Like
he's
20,
sweet,
22, 23.
all sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she is in this town and she's wearing like stockings and just very like cute kind of flirty outfits, and she's wearing a sundress, and she's going on a few dates, and then
Yeah.
she
Is
gets
his name okay, so
hmm,
help me. Is it Bobby Ray or Bobby Lee?
oh gosh, I don't
I think
know.
Bobby Ray.
I think it's Bobby Ray.
Okay.
All right.
2 characters, same names, which is quite funny because they
Mhm.
typecasted them that way. Go ahead.
No, no,
Sorry.
you're good. No, I know.
Okay, so the boy basically,
Mhm,
she kinda goes on some dates with him, which also in that time he rescues her again, because she's kinda exploring the town by herself, and the rest of these boys around his same age
mhm.
surround her,
And you
and
think something
yeah,
awful.
what do you because I remember you sharing kinda afterwards your thoughts in that situation of what that's like. Uh,
Yeah, that there's and you have to remember too that I'm somebody who loves horror movies, so I'm like, what's the worst possible scenario in this one woman, six men scenario? And so I was waiting for it to be yucky or perverted or dangerous or awful. And she goes into the scene and she's like, "Hey, fellas, like you don't want to." And she's just kind of trying to be and fully just again like in that drag character, just kind of living in that like feminine, experiencing this potential danger of being surrounded by young men on the side of the road in a small town, and Bobby Ray pulls up and in the truck and he's like, "Get in." And she's like, "That's how you spend time with a lady." And then she like toodles off to the truck and they're all like, "Oh." And then she of course tells Vida the story. So when the boys, I'll call them that, are out and the three drag queens are out on the town at the same time, they're like catcalling at them. And Vida comes over.
Noxeema.
Was it Noxeema?
Noxeema goes
She does
for
that?
yeah.
And she corrects them, not gently. Not a gentle correction on how you actually talk to a woman. So you're not scary and cornering,
Mm. Yeah.
and that you'll get further if you're just a little kinder, and how to say good afternoon and good evening, and is teaching these boys manners, and they're receiving that information. They're taking that information, which makes it sound like it just again, it's this beautiful thought process of like role models and what have they seen, and they're just indicating they're behaving on what they've seen. So once they've seen a different way, then they behave in that different way and they start tucking in their shorts and be like putting on clean pants and like being a little frier. And I thought I just thought that scene was so great because it's giving people a second chance. And because the film is done in such a wholesome way, you believe that.
Yeah.
And we're so often in film, if you were to take that exact same scene in a different genre, it's not at all what they would have depicted. And then even if there was character or course correction or wholesomeness inputted, you wouldn't believe it. But it is believable in the way that they did. I thought it was very clever in the way that
Yeah.
they
That was
discussed it.
a
Mhm,
very clever scene.
mhm,
And as well, and why I was trying to get the names right. So Bobby Lee
mhm,
is the young girl who has a crush on Bobby Ray.
mhm,
And she kind of sits in the background in the beginning. And they're talking about them on while they're sitting on the patio one night, and Chi Chi is like, "Oh, I'm into someone too," and then they find out that they're into the same person,
mhm,
and that's when the Vida gets involved and says like, "Chi Chi, you can't do this to this poor boy.
mhm,
You're gonna be leaving. It's gonna be that kind of thing." So,
mhm.
um, Chi Chi's like, "Oh, I didn't want him anyway," which was also kind of cute because I think that was the first time that like Chi Chi was, and she alludes to it, that she was respected, and he's like this very nice man compared to what she's used to.
Mhm,
But also was very cute for Bobby Ray in
mhm,
building up confidence and getting her ready to to see Bobby Lee.
mhm.
Um, I'm like, did I say the names
Yeah,
right?
you got it. Yeah, yeah. It's
But
so good.
basically, so then they're planning as far as what to do for the weekend, and there's a strawberry festival where they all bake strawberry pies, and they eat them in the town.
Mhm.
Um, and the drag queens are like, "All right, we're gonna do this better." And so they build a theme around it. They have a little montage where they get all the women dressed up for like the day.
It is fabulous. It's so fun. The
Yeah.
costumes
The
and
costumes.
everyone's into it, and they go to the local little salon, and they're like, "Let's," and they do. Oh my gosh, it's so great and over the
Really good.
top. It's
Yeah.
fabulous, and it's the '90s, so it's such a great time to be over the top too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is also good because I think it also, like, in that, like, in the beginning, they were saying, like, all the women, like, there was one that was very angry and didn't it was almost like all the women were kinda pinned against each other in the beginning,
Mhm.
and then this kinda brought them together.
Yes.
Um,
One of the women that stands out the most is the woman who runs this, hotel that they're staying at, and so Vina starts to develop a rapport with her and starts realizing that the husband is domestically violent, and so she keeps kind of bringing up, "Hey, like, maybe that's not okay, maybe that's
yeah.
not cool," and, uh, and then after, Chi Chi was so, lovely to this other girl, and everybody's just kind of building these great relationships, and they're self-sacrificing these things, then, Vida has a moment where she can perhaps, change this man's mind
Yeah.
because, of course, it is, somebody who's was more strong than him,
Than
and,
him, yeah.
so she shows him that.
She shows him that and kicks him out, and,
Then he ends up in the bar with the cop
yeah.
that has the shoe and is trying to find this because he told all his buddies that he got beat up by a girl, and they're laughing at him, and he's like,
Yeah.
"No, no,
It's a man in
women's clothing. It
women's
is."
clothing, and it, like, goes through him searching in
And no one
flower
believes it.
shops,
Where do women go? Hair
yeah,
salons?
hair salons, like, all of these absurd places, and he's looking at everybody.
Yeah.
But then he goes to the town and basically says, "Give them up.
Mhm.
Uh, we know what they are,
Mhm.
and I'm not leaving until we get them." And which I think is, again, another kind of cool moment where this town that has only known them for a few days
Mhm.
all come out and they're like, "I'm a drag queen,"
Yeah.
and they make fun of the cop back and forth.
Yeah.
Um,
Literally, like, men and women being like, "It's me." And none of all the actual drag queens are hiding because 'cause they're like, "Ah,
right, yeah.
thought he was dead."
Noxeema's hiding underneath the bed, which is a quite funny scene.
But she lifts the mattress up.
Yeah, and
Yes.
gets out. Yeah, that's a good scene.
Oh, I love it.
So basically, at the end of the movie,
Mhm.
um, the the innkeeper's wife, this
Mhm.
woman, and Vida kind of have this moment of, I knew all along who you were from the beginning, and uh, I love you anyway
Yeah.
kind of moment, which I think is cute because it's very unexpected, as well as from Vida's perspective. I think she realized that she needed to hear that too.
Yes, because she was not accepted by her family when they found out that she was a
Yeah.
drag queen, and, so to hear, like, a stranger be like, "Yeah, that's fine. You have an Adam's apple, and you were dressed as and I love you." And it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was wonderful. What are your takeaways?
Why did I know about this movie sooner? Finding it in 2025 or 6, what year is that? 25?
8.5.
And,
Oh,
the and
you're
oh
welcome.
oh my gosh, thank you so much. And the opening scene when, Patrick Swayze is getting he gets out of the shower with a towel, so it's his, like, very buff body, and then he sits in front of this mirror and he's like, "She's ready," and he just starts getting, like, ready with makeup, and I'm like, "Pardon me,
Yeah.
what is happening?" And so I didn't know. I didn't know about this film, and I didn't know what to expect. I loved that there is not a single trope they don't lean into, even though it's drag culture, they're not talking about parts of drag culture that, the comedy, the show, the lip syncing, like the
Yeah,
things that
none of
they don't.
that's really in it.
Absolutely not. It's a different take. It's an interesting take on the culture. Obviously, culture you and I like know and love. We're very supportive of the community, and I thought that was really interesting. I was so impressed with the acting, especially John's acting. Like, John's acting as Chi-Chi, I'm like
Yeah.
and I guess and we had a friend tell us that it was, written for him. This role was written
Well, I mean,
for
he was
him.
nominated for a Golden Globe
What? Like,
for that role.
I didn't and anyways,
Fun fact.
it's to Wong Foo. Like, who's gonna be like, "You know what I'm gonna watch on Netflix today? Hold on. Let me just." And so I my takeaway was that I love that even with the small town, like I said, no tropes, no
Mm,
expectations. I really thought it would be in this small-minded perspective, and they'd be facing the fact that they were drag queens and they were maybe in danger. That was never the case. Everything was about, this is interesting, and who are these people, and let's
yeah,
let them in, and which is the beautiful side of small towns,
yeah.
which is community and open-mindedness and acceptance and kindness and the things
I
that you think of. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say to add to that, I like the fact that, like, they live a simple life, but they're not ignorant
Yeah.
in that way. Like, they're very intelligent, smart, open-minded kind of community.
Yeah. And
Uh,
kind of fabulous, and
yeah, it was great.
yeah. Yeah, I thought that that was I definitely saw the found family, not just the town, but with the 3 girls, and them getting to this was because the point of the queens taking Chi-Chi on the road trip is to get her to be a drag queen and not a drag princess, to
Yeah.
actually get her to that place, and they felt like she got there with how she treated other people
Yeah,
and how
and
she lived
she
life.
she wins at the end of the movie, which is quite fabulous.
Yeah.
What'd you rate it? I'm quite excited about this,
Oh,
everyone.
this is a very high rating for me. It got a 9. I think I have only ever done one other movie at a
Yeah.
9, and, it's excellent, not just because of storyline, but because it is so filled with surprises. It's interesting. The cinematography is really honest. It is as drag queens, they didn't it's the '90s, right? So they're not over filtering the skin. They're not
Yeah, RuPaul's actually in this movie as well.
oh, I mean,
Yeah.
g you need to watch it.
Yeah, it's a
It
good
got a
movie.
9. What did you get?
I rated it a 9 as well.
I mean, this is
I
a
mean, I
good
felt like
stuff.
I needed to set the bar low, but this movie is good. I mean, I probably would have bumped it up there,
Mhm.
but I was like, a 9, solid 9. I'd watch this movie probably every week.
I could I
Yeah.
definitely would rewatch it. I can't wait, like, I love recommending it, like, I can't wait for people to see it if they haven't seen it, and, it's just a kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I'm just very impressed, and, yeah,
So I'm glad you liked it.
thank you for recommending it too, thank you for sharing it, your Proud
Yes.
Family film, yeah, it's just yeah, awesome found family movie. Mhm.
Okay, awesome. So
Hmm.
that is our 2 choices from Found Families. I wanna say that mine was better.
You maybe won this round.
Okay.
This one. Okay, if you are listening via Spotify or Apple, please scroll to the bottom and click those 5 stars. movie reviewers need reviews to
Yep.
get Rotten Tomatoes certified. So please go ahead and do that if you're watching us on a broadcast channel. So great seeing you. You can find us online and on Instagram as well. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.